MiniMax just released their brand new M2.5 model, and it is absolutely insane. In fact, it rivals Claude's Opus 4.6, except it's a lot more cost effective. In addition to that, you could use this to increase your coding capabilities and to help with automating tasks, because that's really what this specializes in. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to access it, what it's great for, and some crazy use cases you could begin to use this for today to increase your productivity. Now, the reason that I'm so excited about MiniMax M2.5 is because this is SOTA encoding and agent, and this is designed for automations, really. Essentially, this is designed for high throughput with low latency in production environments. And this right here delivers industry-leading coding and reasonable capabilities at a fraction of the cost of the other methods that are available there. And this is going to lead to some pretty crazy use cases that we're going to get to later on. But first, I wanted to highlight a few things here. First and foremost, as we can see right here, the benchmarks look absolutely amazing on this tool right here. And again, what you really need to take into consideration is the cost right here, because the cost to be able to get things done with this is really, really low. In fact, if we come down here, we could see why this is such a huge improvement right here. In addition to that, if we come over here, we could see all the other things that this is going to actually excel at. For example, search and tool use right here, which is really what you want if you're looking for an agentic model, and different office scenarios right here, this absolutely excels at. So if you were trying to automate things, you were trying to do things that require multiple different tasks, MiniMax M2.5 is going to be a model that you want to take into consideration. In fact, we could see a ton of different things that this can actually do right here between e-commerce, strategy, presentations, interactive 3D mountains, and so much more. Now, there are essentially two ways that you could access this. The first one is going to be accessing this via the API right here and actually setting this up with the API. But my personal favorite way to access this, literally just by coming to the MiniMax agent that allows you to make working way easier. Because as we can see right here, you could use this to do several different things. For example, you could have this do research. You could have this create PowerPoints. If we click on more right here, you could get this to generate videos, image generation, education. And if we come over here into the model, we could see that we can now choose MiniMax M2.5 right here, which is absolutely incredible. For example, we're going to ask this to create a PowerPoint on how the Instagram algorithm works in 2026 right here. And we could see that this is now going to go off and this is going to do this right here, which is absolutely incredible. And we could see that this is actually going to notify us of specific things. And this right here is one of the things that I love about this MiniMax agent, because we could see right here, PowerPoint Maker is a skill that's going to be used. And we're going to click on Use Expert right here, and then this is actually going to leverage that. Now, while this goes through and actually does this, I wanted to open up in another window right here what this actually looks like so that you can see it. So if we come over here in a new tab, we could see these experts right here, and this is insane because they have experts that essentially are trained skills at doing pretty much everything that you could think of. Making landing pages, creating documents, cleaning up folders, creating video story generators, creating a McKinsey PowerPoint, Visual Labs, Excel processors. There's everything that you could think of with tons of other different things right here. In addition to that, if we come over here, we can actually create our own expert similar to skills if we wanted to make one of these. Now let's come back over here and see what this is actually doing. We could see this went through, this did a web search for the Instagram algorithm. It's doing more web search. It's actually going through and completing these skills right here. And we could see how quickly this is actually going through and processing things. Look at this. Thought in 3 seconds, thought in 2 seconds, thought in 15 seconds. If you compare that with the other models that this rivals, they think for a way longer period of time, but it's actually a waste because MiniMax does things quicker and much more cost effective from my personal experience. Now we can see that this is going through. This gives us the 10 slide structure right here, everything that's actually going to be in here. And it's great how it has a cover page. It has a table of contents. It has a section divider. It has all these different content pages, another section divider. This is actually making a PowerPoint that I am going to be able to use in my real life and not just some AI generated PowerPoint. This looks like a human with the cover page, table of contents, the summary page, even the divider pages, which is incredible. Now this is going through and creating each of these all together. In addition to that, a few other things that I did want to call out before I actually show you what this finalized PowerPoint looks like. I wanted to show you that you could set up quick API integration with MiniMax M2.5 and MiniMax M2.5 Lightning. In addition to that, if we come down here, we could see that we could actually use this inside of AI coding tools, which is incredibly helpful. And then if we come down here, we could see that it allows for local private deployment. So this is a very versatile model. Okay, so now that this is actually done, we have this table on exactly what the PowerPoint includes, gives us the key insights right here, gives us a summary, and then we have this PowerPoint right here. We can see that this was created by MiniMax agent. So if we come over here and we make this widescreen right here, we could see exactly what this actually looks like. So this is going to be our opening slide right here. If we come over here, we could see that this is going to be the table of contents. And then this goes through with these different section dividers and all the different things that we can include in here. Guess what? If we wanted to change anything about this, it's literally as simple as this just coming over here, telling it the request, and it will go through and change anything that we want. Now, before I get into some of the crazy use cases that this new model is perfect for, I wanted to remind you that you could go to the pinned comment below and get started with it today. In fact, I have a 12% off discount code for you exclusively if you use my link. So check it out right here. Now, the first use case I wanted to show off here is actually how you could get MiniMax's agent with MiniMax M2.5 to automate tasks for you. The way that you're going to do that is you're going to come over to the agent right here, and then we're going to see schedules right here. And if we click on schedules, we could see a bunch of different examples of what this could actually do. And something that's pretty incredible is that you could actually get this to automate tasks across things. For example, start my mornings at 9 a.m. by checking my Gmail and compiling a quick summary. Or at 10 a.m. each day, deliver a concise briefing of the most important tech and science news from the last 24 hours. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set one of these up right here, but instead of it being at 10 each day and about tech and science news, I'm going to have it be just AI news. So I'm going to actually have this be at 6 a.m. every day because that's about when I wake up. And we're going to put in the most important AI news around, and then we're going to put MiniMax. We're going to put Anthropic. We're going to put Gemini, we're going to put OpenAI, and then what this is actually going to do is pull this every single day from the last 24 hours so that I know what to make. In addition to that, we're also going to add another step in here, again, because MiniMax M2.5 is great at agentic tasks. We're also going to say and include 2 to 3 YouTube titles for each of the topics and a proposed outline for each of them if I was to make a YouTube video on them. So now what we're setting up right here is a scheduled automation that is going to automate the process of me going through and coming up with content ideas and actually creating those first round of title drafts and the outlines. Now all we're going to do from here is click right here, and this is actually going to go through and this is going to create this schedule for me. In addition to that, what we'll be able to see is that if we come over here into my account, we'll be able to actually come over here into schedules and we'll be able to see all of the scheduled tasks that we have here and whether or not they've actually run. And we can see right here that this is going through and this is starting to actually work on these requests for me. And this is going to go through and this is actually going to create this AI news briefing system. So this is basically right now creating an AI automation and an AI agent for me without me having to do anything except actually go through and describe what I want automated. Okay, so just like that, this went through, this created my new AI brief right here for OpenAI. It gives it to me for Google Gemini, it gives it to me for Anthropic, and this goes through exactly what the source is, what the different YouTube titles are, what the hook is, what the outline is right here, and this is incredible. In fact, I think it's really funny that this actually went through and found that M2.5 was recently launched for a MiniMax. And in addition to that, we could see that this has now set this up so that this is going to happen for us every day. Now, the next use case I wanted to show off here is using this inside of OpenClaw, because using MiniMax M2.5 inside of OpenClaw is going to give you two advantages. One, this basically gives us superpowers to be great at agentic tasks and at coding. In addition to that, what this is also going to do is this is going to significantly decrease your costs. I was using Opus 4.6 originally to run my OpenClaw, and it was costing me over $150 every single day. Ever since I've switched to MiniMax, it costs me less than $10 a day to do the same amount of work. In fact, on a lot of days, it's even way less than that, and it doesn't take away any of its capabilities. For example, I could come over here to OpenClaw and say, I want to create a landing page for an Italian restaurant can you please mock this up? And then this can actually go through and do the work. And again, since we're powering it with MiniMax's M2.5, this really excels at coding tasks. And all we have to go is now go through and answer these questions here. So I'm going to say that the name of the restaurant is Restaurant Corleone, modern Italian, and all of those features sound great. And look at how quickly this is actually going through and responding. And what's even crazier is I also have my OpenClaw set up to my Telegram. So even when I'm on the go, I could have this code things. I could have this search things. I could have this go through my email. I can have this take actions on my behalf. And M2.5 really makes this incredible. So now we can see that this went through. This has now created this file right here, and it tells us everything about it, which is great. And guess what? It doesn't stop there, because let's say that we came over to, let's say, this website right here, contentbuddy.ai. We could grab the URL to this and we could say, please give me advice on how to improve the conversion rate on this website. And guess what? It's going to excel at that task also. This is literally going to go through, look at the website, and then give us key things that we could adjust in order to improve the conversion rate. And then we could actually have it coded out for us. And boom, just like that, this literally went through and told us everything that this needs to go through and actually prove right here. Strengthen the hero section, show don't tell, build trust fast, reduce friction. And this literally goes through all the different updates and all the different changes that we should actually add in here. Now, this last use case that I wanted to show off is actually coming over here into new task. And I want to go through and I want to create a landing page with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here for Explore Experts. We're going to see landing page builder right here, and we could see exactly how this works and the different instructions that it has. So we're going to click on Start Chat right here, and what we're going to do is ask this to build a landing page for a new Chrome extension. So we're going to say, I created a new Chrome extension that helps people find what is trending on YouTube. Please create a landing page to help me sell it and get people to sign up. They can sign up for free. We have 10K users right now, and the branding should match YouTube's branding, bright red and white. Now, what this is actually going to do is this is going to go through and this is going to code this for us. And what this really excels at right here is look at this thinking process. This actually goes through right here, and we can look at the thinking process and see how good this actually is at planning. So we have the project, the theme, and the brand. We have the page purpose. We have the target audience. We have the style preference. We have the content materials. And this actually goes through and this is thinking about this. And now this is using this expert to spin up this sub agent that's now actually going through and coding this out. And we can see all the different technical requirements that are going to be used, what the thinking process is. And this right here is insane and incredible that this is able to do this so quickly, so efficiently, and then we'll be able to see what the results actually look like. And now, just like that, this has actually gone through, this has created this, and we could see that this landing page is now live, and we could see exactly what this looks like. And directly from here, we could start a new task. We could come over here and we could share this. We could publish this to the gallery. We could do everything that we want. And just like everything else, we see that we have exactly what's included, all the design details. We have the files here. And if we wanted to change anything about this, we simply just insert our request, or with web edit mode, we could click on this and then actually choose what we actually want to change very specifically, and it will actually make that change for us. But if we come over here and actually see what this looks like, we could see that this created, I got to be honest, this is probably the best one-shot landing page I have ever seen from an LLM before. And this is incredible that this went through and did this. I cannot believe that. I mean, look at this. This went through and even created images like this with this Chrome extension. This is insane. I'm at a loss for words. This is the craziest landing page I have ever seen. So if you're not using this right here, I think you're crazy. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would strongly suggest you check out this video right here that shows you how to set up MiniMax with your new OpenClaw model so that you can automate anything that you could think of. If that sounds interesting, I would strongly suggest you check it out right here.